we're not experts. So here's the thing. If anybody ever stands up in front of you talking about religion, humanity, human relations, and they call themselves an expert, please challenge them. Because if there was expertise, we wouldn't have the level of dysfunction we do on the planet. The only expert that we're taught as Baha'is, well, are the manifestations, the messengers of God, and they come to revitalize humanity. But in this dispensation, that guy right there, Abdul Baha, his name, Abdul means servant, Baha means glory, servant of the glory. He's the son of Baha'u'llah. He's an example of what it is to be a Baha'i. I call myself a Baha'i, but I'm still learning what that is to be a Baha'i. There are really no Baha'is in this room. We're still learning to be Baha'i. That's the Baha'i. We're striving for that example. So a lot of people are like, well, you kind of worship this guy. Nah, he's an example. A lot of people wear Baha'i shirts. There's a lot of people wearing Gandhi shirts, right? There's a lot of people with shirts of like Mother Teresa and Margaret Mead and Einstein. There's a lot of people praising those folks. What inspired them? This dispensation, this revelation. That's Baha'u'llah. And Baha'u'llah's exemplar is Abdul Baha. So you can learn more about that. Look, ask Tim. He break it down for you later. But I'm not an expert. So here's the joke about experts. There's 4 people on a plane. A pilot, a hippie, an expert, and a holy person. 4 people. The pilot makes an announcement over the PA. The pilot says, the plane is going down. We could all die. We got a problem. Pilot says, we also have a bigger problem. There's 4 people and 3 parachutes. Pilot says, guess what? I'm not going to die. I'm the pilot. Pilot grabs a parachute. Pilot bails. The expert loses it. The expert flips out. The expert's like, I'm an expert. If I die, the world will be in peril. The world needs me. I'm an expert. I'm an expert. Expert grabs a pack. Expert jumps. The holy person says to the hippie, please, take the last parachute. I've lived a good life. I could die with a sense of satisfaction. Please. The hippie says, relax, holy dude. The expert grabbed my backpack. We still have 2 parachutes. I am not an expert. And if anybody ever calls themselves an expert, challenge them. Because what we all are in this dispensation is we're all collaborators. We're all collaborators. If you study the Rui Institute, it's about building spiritual community. At the beginning of every book, it says, to the collaborators. We're collaborators, learning from each other. So let's learn from each other tonight. The days of Sage on the Stage, Universal House of Justice, that's one of the supreme bodies that Tim mentioned of the Baha'i faith, talks about we've been bred for passivity. We've been bred for passivity. If you know what I mean by passivity, you go to school and you sit on your butt and somebody educates you. You go to a ball game, a play, some kind of entertaining event. You sit on your butt and somebody entertains you. You go to a temple, a mosque, an ashram, whatever, a church, and sit back and somebody spiritualizes you. And the only time we do something is when we go to work. We go home, we sit in a chair, and we veg, and somebody distracts us. I don't know. And the only time we do something is when we go to work. And what do we want to do when we're at work is to get the crap out of there and go into a chair so we can sit down and somebody can entertain us, educate us, spiritualize us, or distract us. So, right now the House of Justice teaches, the teachings rolling down is that this is a faith of action. This is about doing. This is about getting together and learning from each other, getting out of our comfort zones, So we all got to get a little uncomfortable for the world to live comfortable. We got to pop those bubbles. So I'm going to push you out of your comfort zone a little bit. I don't really have a plan. I have an idea of some things I'd like to address tonight, but there's a prayer that says, "O God, make me a hollow reed from which the pith of self have been blown, that I may become a clear channel through which thy love may flow to others." A hollow reed? A reed is clear. There's a little bit of grit in the reed. That's the little bit of you. But what comes out the other side of the reed is that pure water. So we got to get self out of the way. So sometimes you got a plan of what you want to do,